It's the year 2023, and us gamers are getting absolutely spoiled with new remakes for some of our favorite games. I decided before I play any of those new remakes, I wanted to go back to one of my favorite remakes that I've played, Final Fantasy VII Remake. I played this game when it first came out and absolutely loved it, but I figured it was time to revisit the game and attempt the Platinum Trophy, as well as play all the DLC for the first time. The Platinum itself is pretty straightforward, but some of these trophies will require a fair bit of grind and preparation to even have a chance to complete. My first step was to play through the game normally and complete every miscellaneous trophy possible on a first playthrough. These miscellaneous trophies range from being really easy to being super in-depth and complicated depending on decisions you make. Chapter 1 is super simple. Here we're introduced to Cloud for the first time, who is my personal favorite Final Fantasy character. I mean, look at this. So cool. Anyways, here we learn the basics of the game. We fight our first battle of the game. Warming up. There's our first trophy of the game. Then we learn about the stagger system, which is essential to know for future bosses. And finally, most enemies have elemental weaknesses, which I learned here on this boss. Now all I had to do was take out this boss, and chapter 1 out of 18 was done. Oh, it's game over! Yes! One-time gig. Chapter 1 is down. For chapter 2, all I really had to do was basically just complete the chapter for a trophy. This chapter was full of different guards and dogs, and I really like this fight here where you're fighting by a fountain, while a helicopter is continuously dropping in more bad guys. Escape artists. That's for being chapter 2, I assume. Chapter 3 is where the game really opens up for the first time. I spent my first few minutes in the slums, running around collecting as many music discs as I could, which are the collectibles in the game. Hey, music collector! Collect 3 music discs. I'm over here vibing. This music rules. There were now also a ton of side quests to complete, which I would have to do all of them for multiple different trophies. While on a certain side quest to clear out an area full of monsters, Tifa gets face hugged by one of the creatures and I save her. Bonds of friendship. Free a bound ally. I am saving your life, Tifa. Don't worry, Tifa. I'd never let you down. Not 2 minutes later, I level up my first materia of the game, which are these orbs you slot into your weapons and gear that give you spells and stat boosts. We got materia for beginners as well. Level up an orb of materia. Oh, dude, we're absolutely slaying these trophies right now. Once I complete the quests, I turn it in and get a trophy for completing my first of many side quests. Gotta start somewhere. We completed a quest.
Could be you found your calling.
I did find my calling, Tifa. Thank you. Thank you. Once all the side quests of Chapter 3 are done, you get a secret conversation with Tifa, who asks you to pick out a dress for her later on in the game. This is for one of the more complicated trophies in the game, believe it or not. Based on your decisions, certain characters will wear different dresses, and I'll have to replay certain chapters to unlock all 9 of them. It's actually a total pain, not gonna lie. I pick my choice for this playthrough and decide to play some darts. Here, I have to throw as little darts as possible in order to beat Wedge's high score. Perfect. There we go. I'm the best. I'm actually the best. 7 darts thrown. Eat it, Wedge. Once that was done, we beat Chapter 3 and get the trophy. Chapter 4 starts off with a motorcycle minigame where you have to fight this crazy dude on a motorcycle. If you beat him with over 75% of your health, you get a trophy. Not too bad.
You passed the test.
Later on, during a really long fight sequence, I got to use my first summon, which I was really excited about. All right, I'm gonna summon just for fun. Let's do it. Ifrit, come on down. Oh, that is so cool. My first summon. Oh, that is so cool. One easy boss fight later, and Chapter 4 was done. Chapter 4 done. There's the trophy. In Chapter 5, you spend a long time fighting through a subway system with Tifa and Barrett, until you come across a giant mechanical crab boss at the end. Now, every weapon in the game has its own specific weapon ability that if you use enough times, that character learns it for all their individual weapons. Here, I learned my first one while fighting this boss, and as I play through the game, I'll constantly be switching my weapons to learn all of the abilities for another trophy. My first ability... What is that? Max out weapons proficiency. Yes. Oh no, I'm gonna die. Once the boss is dead, we get Chapter 5's trophy. Plan E. Chapter 5 is done. In Chapter 6, I come across a room where you have to kill all the monsters within a time limit. Doing so opens up a locked door that leads to our second summoning materia of the game. Cleanup crew. Obtain the Chocobo and Moogle materia. Hey, I can summon a Chocobo? I'm so excited to use that eventually. Oh my god. After that, this was another straightforward chapter with actually no boss fight at the end. And we get it done. Lights out. Chapter 6 is done. Now, Chapter 7 is really cool. You come across these computers that essentially allow you to take away weapons from the upcoming boss and send them to a storage room instead. You can then open up that storage room by using these levers, which not only gets you the treasure, but a trophy as well. In lockstep. Yup, and now the treasure is mine. Even the boss for this chapter is awesome, and more importantly, I finally got to use that Chocobo summon. Oh, we can summon? Oh my god, I can summon the Chocobo! Yes, finally! Go, my Chocobo friend! With the boss down, Chapter 7 was done. Chapter 8 is a long chapter. I spent some time with Aerith picking flowers to decorate the local orphanage, which gives me a trophy. I also come across a mini-game where you have to destroy a bunch of boxes for a score of 30,000 points. The strat that worked for me was to build up my ATB bars and just use the Braver ability as much as I could to absolutely decimate all the boxes. Crate Annihilator. So we complete all normal difficulty whack-a-box challenges. I am really good at whacking boxes. I also had to make sure I completed every side quest in this chapter, which made this section even longer. Eventually though, I meet with Aerith on the outskirts of town, and I get the Chapter 8 trophy. Chapter 8 is done, reunited. Chapter 9 was even longer than Chapter 8. Aerith and Cloud make their way to Wall Market, and here I have to make sure to complete certain side quests and make certain important decisions in order to progress the trophy to get all 9 dresses. The first thing I need to do is to complete the Colosseum for the story, which will give Aerith her dress. The hardest part about this was the boss at the end, which is a literal house that attacks you. This house would come back to torment me later in a different playthrough. Once that was done, the Colosseum actually opens up side missions you can complete, which I will eventually have to do all of them. Once I finish my first one though, I get a trophy. Returning champion. Yay, Aerith. You did it. Now, this guy here was talking some crap and wanted to challenge me to a squat competition. So, of course, I agreed. You're going down, Jules. Going down, Jules. Oh my god, it's too close. Yeah. You done, Jules? I out-squatted you. 49 to 47, Jules. I'm the Sultan of Squat. I out-squatted you, Jules. You done, Jules. You done. Now that I was the squat champion, I need to get Cloud his dress to advance the story, which involved a dancing minigame. Honestly, I didn't know Cloud had these kind of moves. Dancing Queen. Once we complete the minigame, we get the dress for Cloud, and we get a trophy for getting 3 out of 9 dresses in the game. Oh, we got Snappy Dresser. Obtain 3 bridal candidate outfits. Nice, okay. And we complete chapter 9. Never the bride. The trophy names, man. From here, the only trophies in chapters 10 through 13 were just for beating them. So I made my way through all these chapters without any issues really, and unlocked all of those chapters' trophies. Now, in chapter 14, I basically have the whole world opened up to me, and this was my last chance to knock out any miscellaneous trophies I needed. The first thing I needed to do, which I surprisingly hadn't done yet, was talk to Chadley and fight Shiva, a summon, to unlock her. Alright, hit with the limit break. Hit with the limit break. That's my only shot. That's my only shot. Yeah! Limit breaks for the win. Yes. Oh my gosh, you kicked my ass.
Outstanding.
Once that was done, there was now a new Whack-A-Box challenge to complete. This one was supposed to be even harder, but honestly, I didn't struggle at all with this one, and I knock it out pretty easily. Whack-A-Box Wonderkind. We completed the hard Whack-A-Box challenge. Easy. Easy, guys. Easy. Now, I went back to the Coliseum and completed all the new challenges that were available for Tifa and Barret. These challenges were also pretty simple, but I really enjoyed the Coliseum, so I had a good time doing this. My old nemesis Jules was back again, and this time he was challenging Tifa to a pull-up challenge. So, of course, I had to put him in his place real quick. Go, Tifa! No! Oh, no! Dang it, Jules. Oh my god, rematch. Go, Tifa! Yeah! Oh, that's actually intense.
Gotta learn from this for next time.
I win, Jules, first try. We won't talk about the time I lost. First try. First try. Yeah, totally. Yes, pull-up challenge complete. Good job, Tifa. You the best. You are the best. Now, once everything was caught up, I fight a big giant boss for the story and grapple my way up over the wall to get Chapter 14's trophy. The only thing I had to worry about in Chapter 15 was this boss fight, which on normal mode, at least, was not a big deal. So I take it out pretty easily and we complete Chapter 15. Oh, that's so much damage. Oh, he's so done. He's done. Tifa! Yeah. Chapter 15 is finished. Now in chapter 16, I climb 59 flights of stairs. This is hilarious, you can actually do this, by the way. And I collect the last music piece collectible. All right, this should be the last music thing I need. There it is. Disc jockey. So we got all the music discs in the game. Look at that. Some really good soundtracks in here too. The music in this game is amazing. It's actually so good. The music's so good. I also fight a new summon from Chadley, which this time is a fat Chocobo. My goal here was to defeat it, but also to use Tifa's True Strike ability to raise its staggered percentage to 300% for a trophy. Here we go, right here. This should be it. True Strike. Staggering feat. 300% damage on the stagger. Once that was over, I completed the rest of Chapter 16. Chapter 16, no appointment needed. Now, I only had 2 chapters left, 17 and 18, and my first playthrough would be done. The 2 chapters are basically all boss fights, starting at the end of 17. You fight like 5 bosses in the span of an hour, it seems. But since this was my normal difficulty playthrough, this was really no problem. I beat all the bosses and complete chapter 17, and I complete chapter 18. Destiny's Crossroads. We beat the game. All right, so now we got chapter select. I have a bunch of other stuff I still need to do, but the game is officially beaten for the first time. Hell yes. Moving on. Moving on. With the main game done, I decided to knock out most of the DLC trophies now. In the DLC, you play as Yuffie, and it takes place at about the middle of the main game, I would say. This DLC was actually going to require 2 full playthroughs to complete. Luckily, there's only 2 chapters, so it wasn't super crazy long or anything. In Chapter 1, the first trophy I worked on was this trophy where I had to beat 6 people in a game of Fort Condor. This game is like a tower defense game, and you're trying to basically destroy the opponent's Eagle Tower while summoning troops and trying to counter their troops that they're summoning. I thought I was gonna hate this, to be honest, but I actually had a lot of fun with it. On normal difficulty, it wasn't too hard either, and I beat all the players for the trophy. Game set master. I then had to run around and collect these happy turtle posters in the area. Basically, they're like collectibles. Luckily, there was only 6 of them, and this was a breeze. With those both done, I beat Chapter 1 for a trophy. Now, in Chapter 2, I came across actually one of the hardest trophies of this whole playthrough. Here was another box challenge, like the ones I did with Cloud, except this time, in order to get the 50,000 points I needed, every box had to be broken within the time limit, which meant you can make no mistakes. Add in a very wonky camera targeting system on top of that, and this became so frustrating. I was actually stuck on this for like at least a good hour, trying to figure out a good path. Eventually, after many frustrating restarts, I finally completed it. No! Oh, last box. Yes, 50,000. Oh, yes, dude. Oh my God. Screw this. Materia Maven. Oh my God, that box challenge. I'm probably not going to show how many times I was stuck on that, but I've been doing that for like over an hour. That was so hard. I thought the DLC was supposed to be easy. Oh no. Oh no. With that nightmare out of the way, I beat Chapter 2, and my first playthrough of the DLC was done. Now, I needed to replay through the DLC again, but this time in hard mode. In hard mode, you can't use any of your items, so like potions or ethers are gone, which means you can't refill your MP whenever you want. You have to be very careful when you use magic, or else you can find yourself at a boss and not even be able to attack it properly. For hard mode, I tried to take my time and not heal myself at all until I found a bench, which thankfully refills your health. Before I even attempted hard mode though, I spent hours grinding in the combat simulator in Chapter 2 to level up my materia and to raise my character's level to 50. This was the start of a lot of future grinding for the DLC and the main game. I also needed to challenge everyone again at Fort Condor, but now on hard mode, which means they are all of a sudden way better at Fort Condor. For the most part, it wasn't honestly too bad actually, but I really struggled on Chadley, who is the last person you face, until I resorted to a strategy where you just keep spawning in very low-cost units over and over again and just try to overwhelm him. Go, my guard dog minions! Attack! Yeah! Yes! Finally! I beat you, Chadley! Condor Queen. Oh my gosh, beat this stupid Condor games on hard mode. Oh my god. Screw you, Chadley. Okay? You act all nice and cool, but underneath you're just a jerk. Screw Chadley. All my homies hate Chadley. Overall though, I found the hard mode difficulty to be a fun challenge, and it made me like the game even more, oddly enough. There it is, the road to revenge. So we beat the DLC on hard difficulty. Nice. There's still 2 more trophies I need to do for the DLC, but I'm gonna come back to them because they're really hard. So I'm gonna save those for last with the other really hard one from the main game. But the majority of the DLC is now done. Sick. Now it was time to go back to the main game. I spent the next 2 hours or so grinding the same spot over and over again to level up all of my materia that I figured would be essential for hard mode, and to try to get my characters to level 50. Once I was satisfied with my grind, I started replaying certain chapters with chapter select to make new choices and to play new quests I hadn't done yet, in order to unlock the rest of the 9 dresses. Seriously, there are so many little steps to just unlocking these stupid dresses. I had to use a guide for this. I don't even know how people figure this out, to be honest. By going back and completing the quests I hadn't done yet, I got a trophy for completing every quest in the game. And finally, after replaying chapters multiple times while fulfilling certain conditions, I finally unlocked all 9 dresses. Dressed to the nines. We got all the dresses. All 9 dresses. What a ridiculous trophy, man. There we go. We are beautiful. Look at us. Now it was time to start hard mode for the main game and finish up the rest of the miscellaneous trophies. I was so close to the platinum at this point. After playing hard mode in the DLC, I was kinda prepared for the main game. Plus, I just spent hours grinding levels and materia for my characters, so I didn't find hard mode too bad. That was until I got to the first roadblock of the mode, Hell House. This stupid house was actually so hard to kill. His moves hit crazy hard, and it's the first real gear check, I would say, of hard mode. I barely scraped by with this guy. Use Thundaga! Yes! Go, Cloud, go! Go, Cloud! Focus thrust him! Aerith, use... I don't even care what you use, Aerith. Thundog on this guy. Yes! Hell House is done! My goal for hard mode was just to get to chapter 17 and then complete the rest of the miscellaneous trophies from there. Along the way, the only other boss that gave me trouble was Eligor. This jerk flies around and casts Reflect on your party, so you can't use healing spells on each other. He sucks, and I struggled on him the most up to this point. No way. Both my characters with revive just died. No. Oh, that sucks so bad. Oh. Yes. All right, this is our time to shine, Cloud. This is it. All or nothing. True strike him. Yes. Eligor, you're done. God, this boss was a psycho. Eventually, I got to chapter 17, and I decided to save the main story for last. Here, I had to finish the rest of Chadley's missions, which meant killing Bahamut, who becomes a summon once you defeat him. Intelligence agent. Oh, nice. Complete all the battle intel reports. Sick. Another trophy down. We're getting into the really hard ones now. I then went back to the Yuffie DLC to complete one of the hardest trophies for the whole game, which is Ultimate Weapon 2.0. Here you have to beat 3 bosses back to back without dying. To even stand a chance, your materia has to be pretty much maxed out, so I was really glad I already spent hours grinding earlier. I honestly struggle on this fight so hard, mostly just because of the first fight, which is Bahamut. If you take too long killing him, he summons in Ifrit, and now you're fighting 2 bosses at one time. Once I figured out how to beat Bahamut though, I took out the next 2 bosses pretty easily. Yes! Ultimate Weapon 2.0. Yes! I then had to do another VR fight in the main game against this guy. Here, I needed him to attack me with his bad breath attack, so I can get a trophy for learning all enemy skills. And then on top of that, I had to defeat him. Okay, here we go. I get hit by this. Yeah, bad breath ability, master mimicry, and I'm dead. So sick. Okay, that's fine. It's a worthy sacrifice. I'm gonna raise her back up, and we're gonna kick this guy's ass. Oh, it's game over. It's GG. It's GG. Absolutely GG right now. That's the smell. Defeated a Marlboro. Yes! 2 trophies. 1 boss fight. Once that was done, I learned the rest of the weapon skills I needed for a trophy. Now it was time for probably the 2 hardest trophies of this playthrough. The first was Ultimate Weapon. This was like the one I did with Yuffie, but now you have 5 boss fights instead of 3. And Bahamut is in the middle of the fight, which makes him the ultimate run killer. Luckily, again though, he's the only actual kind of hard boss of the challenge, and if you can beat him, you can pretty much get the trophy. Alright, Aerith, Thundaga, his right leg. Oh, his left leg's actually almost done. Oh my god, this is easy, guys. Cloud, Thundaga, his left leg. Aerith. Oh my god, dude, this is... He's so dead, man. This is crazy. Just keep hitting his leg. Focus strike him. Cloud. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. This is GG. His left leg. Ultimate weapon. Man, we just slapped that guy. Yeah. By completing this trophy, you also get an accessory that gives you a limit break at the start of any battle and constantly fills your limit break throughout the battle. It's super OP. I also got 2 of these earlier by beating Yuffie's version of this challenge, and now as I'm editing this video, I don't know why I didn't decide to use them until way later on. Using these accessories at any point would have made all of these VR boss fights so much easier. Oh well. The final fight was against Weiss? I don't know how you say his name. This was a DLC boss, and the last trophy I needed to fully complete the DLC. Weiss only focuses on whoever it is you're controlling at the time. So this fight became pretty cheesy, because if you play as Tifa and use the parry ability, you can just slide around the battlefield and he'll never catch you. Using Tifa as a distraction, I would just have Cloud and Aerith casting blizzard spells, which he's weak to.
Freeze!
Yeah! You're done! Blizzaga for the win! It was now time to get the Platinum Trophy. All I had to do was finish the rest of my hard mode playthrough, which now that I had 3 limit break accessories, made this an absolute breeze. Eventually, the only thing standing in my way for the Platinum was Sephiroth. If I could beat him, then the Platinum would be mine. Limit break. All we gotta do is beat Sephiroth and we get the Platinum here, guys. The final boss. Ascension. Oh, yeah, you're done. Oh, he's pressured. He's pressured. Oh, Barrett. Barrett's got this. Barrett, hit him with the focus shot, dude. Okay, Barrett. Use your limit break on him. Oh, he's so close. He's so close. Triple slash him, Cloud. Please end his life. Tifa's got a limit break. Oh my god, Tifa. Please. 1 HP and a dream. Tifa, go. Tifa for the win. 1 HP and a dream. Yes. There we have it. Hardened Veteran. Complete all chapters on hard difficulty. Which means, of course, Master of Fate. We got the Platinum Trophy, guys, for Final Fantasy VII Remake. Man, what a fun game this was. Holy crap. And according to PlayStation, this took me 72 hours to Platinum and get all the DLC trophies for. So 72 total hours for the Platinum and 100% DLC. There it is, guys, the Platinum Trophy for Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm so happy I went back to Platinum this game. I'm even more excited for Rebirth now. If you enjoyed watching the video, consider liking and subscribing for more videos just like this one. And if you want to check out some of my other Platinum Trophy runs, click right here. Thank you for watching.